Only you and Suss out.
Okay, powers, and in return...
Just shut up and let me save her.
Without the power suit?
Bro, never expected to. I was gonna kill you last. The killer was
Just gotta get out of here.
Function warning.
Can't think that Atlantis
Has not forgotten its debt to you.
It's that Black Trident.
You should hear what he has to say.
Cut off my claw.
Just for the record.
I saw the Lost Kingdom. And he's not going to tell us anything if you go.
So lucky we didn't grow up together, though.
This is a...
It is a... We need...
David Kane is no longer solely running as an...
king.
Someone with that kind of blood on there. If the information part.
Kings of Atlantis have turned a blind minded for you. Okay, we can rumors. A dormant for years, but travelers say there's ghosts. You don't come back out.
It's even easier now.
I just wanted to tell...
Topo.
Be careful.
Power up the sonic battery.
Commencing charge.
Cannon at front border gate.
Intruder in sight.
What are you waiting for?
Atlantean hostiles are approaching.
Storage vault. We can't let them get away. I'd mark it.
Speed of 600 knots.
Come on, let's go.
Your wife, Aquaman.
Now we're dead.
Anywhere.
The throne of Necro.
Into an army of monsters. Mine don't close.
Save the prince.
Your blood will do it.
Aquaman!
Yes. Go.
Power will be yours. You will be ocean.
Powerful. Come on, little brother. I know you're in there.
By Atlan's blood.
I'm done fighting.
He taken enough already. Destiny. Atlantis deserves.
I'm the one. Let you know.
Let's end this bastard. We're in this. I have waited.
Gotta go. The magic is.
Shit.
My claw got.
As far as
We'll find the body.
we need to call you up for some advice.
Brother. Of Atlantis. Our lucky thing is much easier. Do you lead? True king builds bridges, right? Well,
463, Dr. David Kane is. They're probably going. Sure, everything will be.
Dr. Shin, take a look at
Epicenter.
an earthquake! Get up!
Here, and it's definitely.
How was this place?
Wait. We're going down there. Sure thought we were just going to find a
We stumbled upon
2,000 years old.
Hey guys, today we're diving deep into the oceanic chaos of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom from 2023. Arthur Curry, our favorite half-human, half-Atlantean monarch, is back, and he's not just battling villains anymore. He's wrestling with leaky diapers and bureaucratic meetings. Being King of Atlantis, apparently, comes with a whole lot of paperwork and trying to convince grumpy sea councils to play nice with the surface world. It's like being a superhero dad, but instead of packing lunches, you're preventing interspecies war, and instead of daddy duty, it's diplomatic duty. Same energy, really. He's trying to keep his two worlds connected, raising his son, Arthur Jr., and basically just hoping everyone stays chill. If you had a good time with this, a like and a subscribe is a free way to help me keep making more, while Arthur's busy with royal decrees and baby burps. David Kane, aka Black Manta, is not exactly having a chill time. Nope, he's still seething with vengeance after his father's demise in the first movie, nursing the grudge like a vintage wine, the kind that probably tastes like pure spite. His crew is out there, drilling for rare Atlantean metals, because, you know, what's a supervillain without a fresh supply of super stuff? They stumble upon an ancient, hidden Atlantean ruin encased in ice, a place radiating with an ominous, forgotten power. And there it is, shimmering with dark energy, the Black Trident. As he lays his hands on it, a tangible surge of malevolent power crackles through him, awakening dormant powers within the Trident itself and, more disturbingly within Manta, the whispers begin, subtle at first, then growing louder, promising him the strength to finally extinguish the light of Aquaman and Atlantis forever. This isn't just a new weapon, it's a direct line to something ancient and evil, like finding a cursed ancient artifact and thinking, yeah, this looks like a great idea. The visual of the dark energy pulsating through his body as he grips the trident sends a shiver down your spine. The metallic clang of his armor echoing in the icy caverns as he embraces his new, terrifying destiny. Back in Atlantis, things are getting seriously dire. The oceans are heating up, coral reefs are bleaching at an alarming rate, and marine life is suffering. Arthur, ever the environmentalist, tries to rally the Atlantean Council, practically banging his trident on the table to get them to acknowledge the surface world's pollution as a direct threat. But as usual, they're about as responsive as a sunken treasure chest, clinging to their ancient ways and isolationist policies. It's frustrating to watch him plead, the exasperated sigh almost audible through the screen, knowing he's trying to save not just Atlantis, but the entire planet. He can feel the rising tide of ecological disaster, a silent killer creeping through his kingdom. Faced with this stubbornness and a growing sense of helplessness, Arthur decides he needs a fresh perspective, or at least a familiar, albeit annoying face. So he embarks on a journey to a remote, desolate desert prison, not exactly a vacation spot, to visit his half-brother, Orm. Orm is looking, well, about as happy as you'd expect someone who lost his throne, his freedom, and basically his entire life plan, and is now stuck in a sandpit. He's rocking a new, longer hairdo and a generally don't care attitude, a far cry from the regal, pompous ocean master we remember. The stark visual contrast between the vibrant, dying oceans and Orm's parched, dusty cell is a powerful reminder of the two worlds Arthur straddles. Meanwhile, Black Manta, now supercharged by the Black Trident, is busy doing what supervillains do best, causing absolute havoc, but with a horrifying echo twist. He's not just robbing banks, he's weaponizing the environment, turning global warming into his personal doomsday device. He's found an ancient, Atlantean facility, one with technology that makes modern science look like a leaky faucet, and he's using the Black Trident to amplify its power, superheating the planet. We see massive ice caps melting at an accelerated rate, sending colossal chunks of ice crashing into the sea with a thunderous roar, sending shivers through the Earth's crust. Coastal cities are facing immediate, terrifying threats from rapidly rising sea levels and monstrous tidal waves. The sound of crashing waves and splintering buildings paints a grim picture of his destructive capabilities. Arthur witnesses the global repercussions, seeing the very real, very terrifying impact Manta's actions are having on his home, his family, and the people he's sworn to protect. It's no longer just about stopping a villain. It's about preventing an extinction-level event, a ticking clock underscored by the frantic warnings from his human father and the dire reports from his Atlantan advisors. This isn't just personal anymore. It's planetary, and the weight of it settles heavily on Arthur's shoulders. The very ground beneath him rumbling with Manta's escalating power, with the world quite literally melting and Manta growing stronger. Arthur realizes he's out of options. The Black Trident isn't just a regular evil pointy stick. It's a mystical artifact, and only someone with deep knowledge of ancient Atlantan lore, someone who actually knows about these dark trinkets, can help. Cue his least favorite person, Orm. His decision to free Orm is met with the kind of disapproving stares and verbal pushback you'd expect when suggesting inviting your estranged, power-hungry brother to Thanksgiving. Mera and Queen Atlanta are not thrilled, to put it mildly. They warn him, their voices laced with concern, the wisdom of ages urging caution. But Arthur, fueled by desperation and a paternal instinct to protect his son and family, stands firm. He argues that Orm is the only one who truly understands the old ways, the dark magic, and the ancient technology Manta is wielding. It's a calculated risk, a desperate gambit, like letting a fox into the hen house, but with the hope he'll only eat the other foxes. So Arthur, donning a sleek stealth suit that probably cost a fortune in Atlantan kelp threads, embarks on a solo mission to infiltrate the desert prison. The air is thick with anticipation and the metallic hum of high-tech security systems as he meticulously bypasses lasers and force fields. His every movement a silent promise to get his brother out, whether Orm likes it or not. The clatter of his boot on a loose grate sends a jolt through the quiet. Emphasizing the high stakes of his clandestine operation, Arthur finally reaches Orm's cell. And let's just say Orm isn't exactly thrilled to see him. Instead of a tearful reunion, we get a good old-fashioned brotherly brawl, complete with sand tossing and some surprisingly powerful punches in the middle of a dusty desert. It's less brotherly love and more sibling rivalry on steroids. Orm, still brooding and resentful, sees this as an opportunity to escape, but definitely not to help Arthur. The chase through the desert is chaotic, a mixture of high-speed action and classic brotherly bickering. Arthur, with his signature smirk and a touch of exasperation, eventually uses his trident to deliver a well-placed shock, reminding Orm who's boss, or at least who has the magical glowy stick. The zap and the subsequent annoyed groan from Orm are quite satisfying. Despite their initial resistance, the gravity of Manta's threat slowly begins to sink into Orm, especially when Arthur explains the scale of destruction and the true evil behind the Black Trident. It's a reluctant alliance forged in the fires of necessity, a begrudging truce. The visual of them bickering while escaping a swarm of prison guards perfectly encapsulates their dysfunctional dynamic. They manage to hijack a sand vehicle, a ridiculously oversized dune buggy, and roar off into the sunset, leaving a trail of dust and disgruntled prison guards. The rumble of the engine a backdrop to their continued verbal sparring. It's the ultimate road trip, except your co-pilot tried to conquer the world last time you met to track Manta and his shiny new toy. Arthur and Orm head to the aptly named Sunken Citadel, a bustling, grimy Atlantan black market that looks like something out of a futuristic noir film, but underwater. It's a hive of scum and villainy, where strange creatures haggle over equally strange artifacts, and the air is thick with suspicion. Think Mos Eisley Cantina, but with more gills and fewer Jawas. They're looking for intel, a whisper, anything that can lead them to the Black Trident's true origins and Manta's next move. Here, they run into Karshan, a character whose name sounds like a villain from a 90s cartoon, and fittingly, he's a treacherous shark man. Karshan, with his shifty eyes and too wide grin, initially pretends to help, offering vague clues about an ancient Atlantean kingdom. But surprise, surprise, he quickly tries to betray them to Manta's forces, always looking for a quick profit or an easy way to eliminate a rival. The clang of metal as Arthur deflects a surprise attack is sharp and jarring. A tense confrontation ensues, involving a lot of underwater parkour and some well-placed trident swings from Arthur. Orm, surprisingly, proves to be a formidable ally in the tight quarters, his combat skills still razor-sharp, even after his prison stint. They manage a narrow escape, leaving Karshan cursing in their wake, the metallic screech of grinding submarine parts fading as they speed away. Now with a new lead and an even stronger sense of urgency. The whole exchange is a chaotic blur of action, showcasing their growing, albeit still fraught, teamwork. Following the breadcrumbs from their encounter with Karshan, which felt less like breadcrumbs and more like explosive devices, Arthur and Orm journey into the darkest, most uncharted depths of the ocean. Their submarine descends into a truly terrifying abyss, a place where sunlight has never dared to tread. The crushing pressure and icy blackness are palpable, making your ears pop just watching it. And then there it is, Necris, the Lost Kingdom. It's not a vibrant, thriving city like Atlantis. It's a sprawling, ancient ruin, frozen in time and shrouded in an eternal, chilling darkness. This place feels truly cursed, a testament to forgotten horrors. Here, they uncover chilling murals and ancient texts, revealing the grim history of this kingdom and its former tyrannical ruler, King Kordax. Kordax wasn't just a bad king. He was a sorcerer king, a master of dark magic who tried to conquer the other Atlantean kingdoms. The Black Trident, they discover, wasn't merely a weapon but an artifact Kordax forged using his own blood, imbuing it with a corrupting, mind-controlling power. It's revealed that Kordax was sealed away, frozen alive in Necris to prevent his reign of terror from consuming the world. The realization hits them like a physical blow. Manta isn't just seeking revenge. He's being manipulated, slowly corrupted by the sentient evil within the Trident. The metallic clang of the ancient doors closing behind them amplifies the sense of dread. It's a race against time to stop Manta before he fully resurrects an evil that could doom them all, painting a truly dire picture of ancient power and modern folly. Orm, surprisingly, shows genuine concern. The weight of this ancient evil settling on his usually arrogant features, Arthur and Orm arrive just as Manta is in the throes of his grand, villainous ritual, attempting to fully unleash Kordax. Using the very life force of the Atlantean prisoners he's captured. It's a truly gruesome sight, with a dark, pulsating energy emanating from the Black Trident as Manta chants, his voice distorted by the malevolent power. The air vibrates with arcane energy, and the visual of the green light swirling around the ancient runes is captivating and terrifying. Manta, fully consumed by the Black Trident's influence, has become less David Cain and more a puppet of Kordax, a conduit for ancient evil. He's no longer just seeking revenge. He's a pawn in a much older, darker game, his eyes burning with an unnatural intensity. Arthur and Orm launch into action, a flurry of trident swings and powerful punches, trying to disrupt the ritual, but Manta's newfound power is immense. He wields the Black Trident with a terrifying proficiency, deflecting their attacks with ease. the metallic clang of trident meeting trident echoing ominously. Despite their best efforts, Manta succeeds in partially awakening Cortex, whose shadowy, monstrous form begins to materialize. Stretching out like tendrils of darkness, the horrifying shriek of the ancient king ripping through the underwater silence. This isn't a partial resurrection. It's a taste of true, unadulterated terror, confirming all of Orm's dire warnings. The air grows cold, the water around them churning with the awakened entity's malevolence. It's a truly chilling sequence, emphasizing the catastrophic stakes of their failure and the immense power they are up against, just when things seem their absolute bleakest. With Cortex beginning to stir and Manta gloating with evil glee, a glimmer of hope surfaces. Mera, who had been captured and held prisoner by Manta's forces, is miraculously rescued. Weakened but far from defeated, she quickly regains her strength, her hydrokinetic powers returning with a vengeful surge. Her arrival shifts the tide, her powerful water whips slicing through Manta's henchmen with satisfying splish splashes. And if that wasn't enough, Queen Atlanta arrives with a majestic and diverse Atlantan armada, including allies from other sea kingdoms, all ready to throw down. It's a beautiful moment of unity, seeing the combined might of Atlantis, rallied by their true queen, coming to their aid. The sound of thousands of Atlantan warriors charging, their weapons clanging, is deafening and invigorating. The battle escalates into a full-blown war, a kaleidoscope of vibrant colors and chaotic energy against the dark, encroaching shadow of Necros. Arthur, Orm, Mera, and Atlanta fight side by side, a true family affair against the forces of darkness. The sensory details are rich here, the whoosh of Mera's water blasts, the metallic clang of Atlantan spears against Manta's tech, and the guttural roars of ancient sea creatures joining the fray. It's a desperate stand, but with their combined strength, they finally have a fighting chance against Manta and the burgeoning evil of Cortex, even with the cavalry arriving. Manta, powered by the Black Trident, manages to complete his ritual. Cortex fully awakens, and it's not just a shadow anymore. He manifests as a truly terrifying, gigantic, shadowy creature that makes the Kraken look like a goldfish. The sheer scale of Cortex is immense, his presence radiating pure, ancient evil, making the ocean itself feel cold and dead. The air crackles with his immense power, the very water around them groaning under the pressure of his evil. This is no longer just a fight, it's an apocalypse. Faced with this overwhelming, existential threat, Arthur and Orm, for the first time, truly set aside their long-standing animosity. The brotherly bickering melts away under the immense pressure, replaced by a fierce, unspoken understanding. They look at each other, a silent acknowledgement passing between them, the stakes too high for old grievances. They realize they are each other's only hope, their only family in this desperate hour. Their combat becomes perfectly synchronized, a beautiful, deadly dance of two kings. Arthur's raw power and brute strength, combined with Orm's tactical brilliance and mastery of Atlantan magic, create a formidable force. They use their tridents not just as weapons, but as conduits for their combined will, deflecting Cortex's shadowy tendrils and striking at his weak points. The thundering impact of Cortex's attacks, the desperate struggle to evade his crushing blows, and the sharp, crackling energy of their combined trident blasts fill the scene with a palpable tension. It's a testament to their bond, a powerful reminder that even the most dysfunctional families can come together when the literal end of the world is knocking at their door. This unity is their greatest weapon, and you can almost feel the ground shake with their desperate, coordinated efforts. In a climactic, visually spectacular showdown, Arthur and Orm unleash everything they've got. They realize that Cortex, having forged the Black Trident with his own blood, is still tethered to it, making it both his source of power and his ultimate vulnerability. Drawing on their combined strength, Their tridents glowing with immense energy, they coordinate a devastating attack. The roar of their combined power is almost deafening as they strike Kordax simultaneously. The ancient king lets out a final, earth-shattering shriek as he begins to unravel, his shadowy form dissipating into nothingness. The evil essence within the Black Trident, now severed from its master, begins to destabilize. The air feels lighter, the oppressive chill receding as the ancient malevolence is finally purged. As for Black Manta, the power of Kordax abandons him, leaving him weakened and exposed in the crumbling ruins of Necros. The Black Trident, now broken and inert, no longer whispers promises of power, only echoes of his own bitter hatred. He is consumed by his own vengeance, blinded by it even in his last moments. Refusing to be saved, choosing his hate over survival, he falls to his tragic, inevitable end amidst the collapsing ice and rock, a final hollow clang of his mask against the floor marking his demise. It's a somber, almost quiet end for a character driven by such a loud, destructive anger. The victory is hard-won, leaving both brothers exhausted but united, the weight of the battle etched onto their faces, the silence after the explosion feeling vast and profound. In the aftermath of the Kordax crisis, the immediate threat is gone, but the world is forever changed. Orm, having proven his loyalty and courage in the face of true evil, is pardoned for his past crimes. However, instead of returning to Atlantis, he chooses exile once more, preferring a quieter life, a fisherman's existence on the surface. It's a poignant choice, a sign of his growth, but also a clever way to keep him off a leash. He's found his peace, or at least a temporary truce with himself, which is about as good as it gets for Orm. Arthur, reflecting deeply on his own dual heritage, on his father's words and on the terrifying near-apocalypse, understands that isolation is no longer an option for Atlantis. He decides it's time for a truly bold, unprecedented move, reveal Atlantis to the entire surface world. Cue Arthur, looking surprisingly dapper in a suit no trident, sadly, standing before the United Nations, delivering a powerful speech. The world leaders react with a mixture of shock, awe, and perhaps a touch of "Are you serious?" It's a moment pregnant with possibility and uncertainty, the implications vast and global. The sound of flashbulbs popping and gasps from the audience punctuates his reveal. It's a risky gamble, but one he believes is necessary for the survival of both his worlds. He's taking the leap, hoping that diplomacy and understanding can triumph over fear and prejudice, proving that the greatest battles aren't always fought with tridents, but with words and open hearts. It's a huge step for Atlantis, marking a new, uncertain but hopeful era of coexistence, like introducing your incredibly eccentric family to your new, equally eccentric neighbors. With Atlantis now revealed and a fragile peace taking hold, Arthur finds a rare moment of quiet reflection. He stands with his son, Arthur Jr., gazing out at the vast, shimmering ocean, a symbol of both his kingdom and his lineage. There's a newfound sense of peace in his eyes, a quiet understanding of the immense responsibility he carries, not just as a king, but as a father shaping the future. He knows the road ahead will be challenging, filled with diplomatic hurdles and perhaps even new threats, but he faces it with a quiet confidence and the unwavering support of his family. The subtle lapping of the waves against the shore provides a calming backdrop. The film then gives us a charming, lighthearted post-credit scene, reinforcing the evolving, slightly less dysfunctional relationship between Arthur and Orm. Orm, now enjoying his surface world exile, is seen nonchalantly munching on a cheeseburger, while Arthur shakes his head in exasperation and amusement. It's a small, human moment that perfectly encapsulates their brotherly bond, forever bickering, but undeniably connected. It's a thoughtful nod to their journey, suggesting that while their paths may diverge, their bond remains, promising more adventures, more laughs, and perhaps a few more cheeseburger critiques. It leaves us with a hopeful feeling, reminding us that even the mightiest heroes cherish the simple, often silly, moments with family. What started with vengeance and power struggles ends with family, choices, and a future full of unknowns, but also immense potential. It reminds us that true strength isn't just about wielding a trident. It's about building bridges, finding common ground, and sometimes just enjoying a good burger with your brother. If there's one thing Aquaman taught us, it's that life's a wild ride, and sometimes your greatest enemy can become your greatest ally, especially when the fate of two worlds is on the line. And hey, maybe a little sarcasm and a good sense of humor helped.